There are a few people I haven't met yet. My name is Muyanga. And I'm very interested in history. I'm interested in physics. I'm interested in history because it's a way of us telling a story, our story in physics, because it talks about proportions and how things come together harmonically. And this machines like these are made with physics, and so I've always been fascinated by how sound becomes something that translates into a force that changes life. And sound and music certainly have changed my life in ways that were quite unexpected. We've been talking for the past week about the project of the non-racial or the aracial. There are lots of different terms. And from my perspective, my window is about ways of creating a world that we'd like to live in. A world that's more harmonic, more shared, more inclusive. So I'm going to play some of these thoughts in translation. Tonic translation. I won't speak necessarily all the way through, so I wanted to just welcome you here by giving you a sense of context. I've spent the past 2 years studying our protest music tradition in South Africa. And not just looking at text, but looking at the aesthetic sense of composition. And the compositional style in South Africa is a synthesis of what was here before the imperial era, the colonial era began, and what came with missionary schooling, and what was created out of modes of fighting for a space of inclusion, a political space or advancement. So our protest music, in very broad terms, I see as having 4 distinct phases. It begins in the 17th century, really, with the traditional mode, which is related to kind of war song. It becomes influenced very much by religion, by the missionary schooling that a lot of the new intellectuals who are coming mainly from, first and foremost, this area of the country actually. This is where missionaries first arrived, on the east of the country. And how some of those were then taken, because they were particularly talented natives, they went and studied in places like Scotland, and then they took Scottish song, subverted it, and turned it into a way that people could voice their anger and their suspicion of the system. So a lot of what I'm going to play today are versions of the protest music that I've heard growing up. I grew up in Soweto during the riots of the 80s. And a lot of that I'm playing in a deconstructed mode. So I was explaining to my collaborators today that the deconstruction I'm thinking about is something like taking the piano apart and putting it on the floor and dragging the string. And those sounds are what I'm using to make sense of the protest era and how we can bring it into the 21st century. So I hope you can detect some of that. Many of you don't know the songs. Some of the people in the audience will know some of those songs, so they'll be quite different from how we used to sing them. If you recognize any of the songs, chip in and sing. Right? And I'll move from that, and I'll move through a set of hymns that I grew up hearing in Soweto Township, because the hymn was a very important way of articulating political anger, and it was a way that couldn't necessarily be banned. So it was a very clever way of incorporating this progressive message. And I'm also going to play some angry songs, songs about anger, songs that are made of anger. Those were very important ways that we transitioned as kids from having to throw petrol bombs to going back to school and learning. It was that very famous slogan, liberation before education, which many of my generation were looking to. And then I'll play also some ironic songs, because we're now in a phase where our protest music is becoming insulting to our leadership. We're seeing people use caricature in the protest, and that's a very interesting development. So I'm going to play through some traditional modalities, I'm going to play through some church music, I'm going to play through some angry songs, and I'll play through some caricatures, some poking fun songs. I am joined tonight by a wonderful group of young people called Abelusi. And then members of a trainee program here for the youth. And their expression takes the form of dance, of music making, and of acting, storytelling. So I'm going to play a little bit of the set here, and I'll invite them, they'll join me for a little bit of a joint set. We've only just met today, so it will be rough. This is a kind of a process, experimental rehearsal, open rehearsal that we're playing. And then I'll introduce the artistic director of the Steve Center, who will tell you more about Abelusi, and they'll perform an excerpt from a forthcoming show that they're about to go touring in Johannesburg. Okay, thank you. We're not done yet. So I was very privileged to meet them today. We've been hanging out, talking. I've been finding out some of what they know. I've been propagandizing, but also, I'm amazed that this center exists. I was invited here by Manta Mote 2 years ago. And some of you might be surprised, but the center has only been open for 18 months. But I was speaking to Johnny, who's the artistic director. He was telling me,
that's a culture officer.
Is your boss here? I think she will understand. I'll explain. Arts and culture officer. because when he was saying to me, which I found interesting, it was important for the center to start working culturally, artistically, before even the building was finished, which is very indicative of how the spirit of Stephen Nicholas is moving forward, because he believed in many ways in working from the ground up. And so the building is built as the voices that are going to live here inhabit. So I'd like to invite Johnny to tell us a bit about the group and about their latest production. We're going to perform a short excerpt for us. So I was very excited to see it this morning, so I hope you are too.
Good evening, everybody. Shortly, I've been asked by Level to introduce the group to you. These young people that are part of our Performing Arts and Culture training program, because one of the center to the departments, they are part of the Performing Arts and Culture department. So what we did, we knew the fact that the center would be built, but we could not wait for the first brick to be laid before we establish a program, so that the center becomes the container. Because tomorrow the center might not be there, but the work should be there. So what we did, we kind of identified what will be our unique signature as the center. What will be the thing that will make us add value to us is different from other centers around. Because there are other centers around. We identified that as the center, we need to be able to tell our own stories of the Eastern Cape, to be able to excavate, resurface those stories and tell them through performing arts. So that will make us, and also believe that we should be a center which creates bridges and defeat the distance through our program. So this group is called Abelusi. This is beyond grade 12 young people that have passed matric, but some of them have been to Lovedale Drama School. But beyond that, because there's a lack of arts and culture in the province, let alone that there is a department that's supposed to be leading those programs. So we are adding value to the center to what the government is doing, but in our own unique way. So to put our own signature as the Stevie Center. So what we did, we identified initially young people that we knew they were part of Lovedale. You know, what's the use of studying for 2 years drama and you come and work at Wimpy? So we wanted to bridge that gap and we identified a few of them and began to, okay, what we need to do. Fortunately, our director had funding to do a project or a production which talks to the gender-based violence, which is the Voice of Women. The first group that came in really was to do the Voice of Women. It's a production that we do at the center. So we realized that, okay, we've got this, how are we going to, again, we need also to be able to inculcate the performing arts and culture at a very young age. And then we developed a program called Imbewu. Imbewu is the seedlings, what you put in after you prepare the soil, so and you expect that there will be something germinating from there. So Imbewu are from 13 primary school kids who comes here every Saturdays to be taught various genres of age appropriate, of course, and again, because we have the library here, so and the children's library there. So our programs do have synergies. We create storytelling, and some of them are storytellers as well. So they facilitate that group, and there's other group that from a high school group they facilitate. They come here every Wednesdays. So these are Abelusi because a shepherd is someone who's given the responsibility to look after. A shepherd might not have the sheep, the cattle that he's heading, but he has a responsibility to look after and ensure that they don't get lost because he or she will have to account. So they are one of their main duties to ensure that they facilitate what they are being taught to the cascade down to other young people. This is the program that I've already mentioned. Of course, we don't have funding for this program, but it's a trial and error when we're doing it. We don't have currently we don't have a curriculum, or we are working towards ensuring that maybe in 3 years' time we have a credible curriculum so we can begin to be an institution, because there's a gap in the Eastern Cape. And again, as far as the arts and culture, which is now creative arts, and as far as the CAPS is concerned, that's our new curriculum. Each school is supposed to be taking 2 forms of arts and culture, and sometimes you find with that schools, because they are expected by curriculum to take that, they take, but there's nobody to actually teach visual art or teach music or dance. So we want this because we believe arts also means business. These young people, they should go out there and employ their skills by helping teachers. So we are engaging the department to use us because we have the skills, so that they pass and so they can begin to recruit others. They are coming from all over the province. Some are coming from as far as Oudtshoorn, Kumbu, Mthatha, Adelaide, Ginsberg, Queenstown, Mauritino. And again, if one asks the question, how is the legal of people benefiting the locals? One, I want to talk about them. Them being here, they're a full-time training program, and we ensure that we create opportunities for them. Some of them have graduated, are doing radio drama, so they are not part of us. It's very painful when you see your child leaving, and so after we've trained them. And some of them are in Gear House because they show interest in lighting and sounds, and they are there now. Where's the guys? Come here, guys. Come here, guys. I want, because it is also important for us to be able to point into the impact that we are making in our communities. So they are staying here in Ginsberg, they are renting in Ginsberg because the stipend at least that they are getting from being here. So meaning that economically Ginsberg is benefiting indirectly from the center. Yeah? And again, so this one is Muyanga here. This one came into we had the offices in town. She knew that we are training people in drama or theatre. She came, I want to be part of, I want to act. What do you mean you want to act? I want to be part of others. Okay, what do you know? What genre? I was doing, what was good? But you hospitality tourism in school. Hey, not tourism. but Muyanga, we soon realized that Muyanga musically is good. And initially, so we channeled, it was channeled towards the best that she could become. And I am much more happy to say, currently Muyanga is doing music at university, School of Music, with a full scholarship got from the setting the bar, the standard from others, to see that we here we mean business. If somebody is here to wine time, then unfortunately you want or she won't get anything. So I wanted to showcase, because it is very much important when you come to, okay, you are doing the drama performing arts, tell us, show us the results. Yeah. So this is one of the results. Others are they've been part of productions in Cape Town, in Joburg. They've been to Mozambique. They are now we've got a project called Because Quest in collaboration with Chess Art. Somebody during Steve Foundation. I was donated this by somebody. So they are going the Afro vibes in Netherlands and in England later this year. To go, not all of them, some of them, because we will ensure that we collaborate, we believe in collaboration with our like-minded institutions. So they've been to Mozambique, now they're going there, they'll be in the Netherlands and in the UK. So these are some of the outcomes that we want to point, but it is very much important that this kind of work that we're doing be seen as both our early 18 months, but we don't have we are trying, and we believe that working with like-minded people and participating in programs this nature exposes our young people in our work to a larger community. So this on the 18th of July, they're leaving for Market Theatre in Joburg. Market Theatre annually is having the Comedy Festival. So for the first time this year, we were assessed and we accepted to participate in that festival on the 20th of July and Sunday. What was surprising enough is that the assessor who came to see us when the government has that will be the last show to close the festival. That's the quality of work that we are doing. Because maybe others don't want to be on stage if you can go on stage first. So they are closing the festival on the 20th. So those are in Joburg. Please support them. Tell a friend to go and watch Abelusi. We've got a Facebook page called Abelusi. Like us and follow us. We thought it would be we, through the opportunity given by Neo, we are grateful rather to work with our people. You don't only work with them, you gave them skills to be able to take, and I'm sure you want to come back because we have a program called Artists in Residence where skillful artists like you come and work with us and polish our kids, because not that we train them by ourselves, to also engage other people who knows, who have the skill to come and work with them. We call that Artists in Residency. So, but again, as I've indicated that funding is still a problem, but we are grateful to those that are supporting us, and we want to show you a small piece of what to expect in Joburg when the show is called Into Revitalaga. It's volume 2. Volume 1 was done with Dom Coyote from UK. That's volume 1. This production, the production, it was more of a ritualistic theatre. We want to explore what happened when the dreams and religion mix. Yeah. You will see, but the best way is to go and see it in Mega Theatre. But guys, they will show you what to expect. Thank you very much for watching.